Hello everybody, Jose Rodriguez back again, and in this video I'm going to revisit the proper way to refill your cartridges for your Pro-1 from Canon. There are still some of you who still have this printer. It's a good one, but you have to be able to follow the correct procedure for you to successfully refill your cartridges. Now you can just go ahead and modify your own. You're going to have to remove the chip, and you're going to have to dig out a little bit of a space with a drill bit, whatever you want to use, a Dremel tool, anything you can use to remove a bit of the plastic, because the single-use chips that you will be using from now on simply do not fit flat unless you remove almost like a little spherical little divot in the compartment that holds the chip. In order for you to refill this cartridge properly, because it has an internal ink bag, you can see right here demonstrated very clearly. There is a valve located on top as well. This is your valve body. There's also a film of Mylar that seals that internal compartment and allows you to then extract ink without creating a vacuum inside. So the danger that could occur, okay, and I've heard people, oh, I'm just using a blunt needle to do this, and I'm cringing at the thought. Yes, because you are doing this blindly. You don't have the luxury of having this cover removed like I'm showing you here. Now, the exit port is where you're going to be entering the cartridge valve with your syringe loaded with ink and a special tip. The special tip is everything. It is tapered at the correct angle so that it actually seals the internal O-ring of that valve while not sealing against the external port. That's the secret, because if you seal both, then you cannot inject any ink, because the bag will begin to inflate with ink that displaces the internal air in that space. It will not be able to escape, will it? Okay, the same thing would happen if you're trying to extract ink out of the cartridge itself. Say you want to switch over to another brand or something like that. I don't know why you would want to do that when Precisioncolors is the best brand for this type of printer. Anyway, so here's a secret, and I don't know whether you can see the valve clearly there, but what you have to do is you have to insert this in and press down tightly. Notice I can just move around this syringe body without any sealing of the outer port, and that's what you need to accomplish. Seal against the internal port, not both. And make sure you're sealing against that internal port. Don't just stick it in softly and begin to pump in ink. The ink will not enter the bag. It will enter the internal compartment and fill that void that should only be filled with air. That void is what allows the bag to expand as you are refilling it and contract as you are using ink while you are printing. So that is it. Very simple, almost forgetful little hint that you need to make sure you do this correctly as you are refilling. Insert the tip, press hard. That will ensure that the tip has entered the body of that bag, the valve body that is, and sealed itself at that level, not up here, down here. And then and only then can you inject ink. Again, remember, you're doing this blindly. You have no clue if you are leaking ink into the internal compartment. God forbid you do that, okay? So I hope I'm not scaring you. I'm just giving you the best advice I can possibly come up with how to perform this refilling process perfectly, so that then you end up basically with a cartridge that will provide you excellent, if not perfect, inflow, just like the original untampered ones. Remember, you really don't have to do anything internally to this cartridge other than externally make some room for the chip to be able to sit flush. I used to be able to do that, but I no longer have any spare cartridges to sell you, unfortunately. I have some, but I don't have a complete set. So again, you would have to contact me and ask me, hey, Jose, do you happen to have this color, that, whatever. And I will tell you either yes or no. I'm dwindling my collection of these cartridges. I no longer have a source for them. So be aware of that. Anyway, so that is it. Make sure you insert it. Make sure you are sealing against the bottom port or the actual inlet port of the bag, not the outlet, okay? You don't want to seal against that. Counterproductive. All right. Thank you so much. That is it for now. Again, don't forget, Sunday evenings now at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, United States. That's when we do our live streams. And we had a fantastic one last Sunday. Over 55 people came on board. That's a record, I think, for me. So thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Happy printing, everybody. Fill these correctly. Bye-bye.